Mater reps proudly all over Sodor. He is especially happy to see his friends be engines on the Fat Controller's railway. There is always someone for Mater to talk to, and there's also something special to do or to see on Sodor. One day, Mater was at Tidmouth Bay beach. His best friend Lightning McQueen has gone to another island to take part in the Piston Cup race, and there wasn't much time for Mater to do, so he is going to spend some time on the beach looking for treasure. Hello, Mater. It was Peter, the art manager. It was his day off too. Looking for treasure? Yeah, but I could find this driftwood, Mater said. Look what I found, he said. It was a fossil. Mater was impressed. It's an ammonite, and it's millions of years old, even older than the dinosaurs. Cool, Mater said. Shame it isn't a dinosaur, though. Well, there used to be dinosaurs around here a long time ago, said Peter, but now all that's left of them are all bones and fossils. Although, he said, taking Mater's foot, you could see their footprints preserved in stone in some places like this. He carved a footprint in the sand. Mater was excited. Now, I need to get back to the seaside cafe. I've ordered my breakfast meal and it should be ready in a minute. I'll give you a lift, Peter, Mater said. Thank you, Mater, Peter said. Soon they arrived at the seaside cafe. Thank you, Mater. What are you going to do now for the rest of your day off? I'm going to look for dinosaur footprints. Well, I think you better make that wait until tomorrow. Why? Asked Mater. Because look at the water, the tide's coming in, and if you go out now, you could end up stranded or worse, be washed away. Oh, never mind, Mater. Here, you can have my ammonite if you like. Just to say thank you for giving me a lift, said Peter. Really? Thanks, Peter, Mater said. He couldn't wait to show Thomas and Percy, and he's going to play a trick with it too. Thomas and Percy were at the station yard when Mater revved up. Guys, he said, I've got something I bet you've never seen before. Oh, what is it? Asked Thomas excitedly. Mater reversed back. Look under my crane arm, he said. He was going to put his trick into action. It's a baby dinosaur. That's not a dinosaur, Percy puffed. That's an ammonite. We see lots of them. Everyone has, Thomas puffed. This made Mater cross. His trick didn't go well. You two think you're so clever, he said. I bet you've never seen a real-life dinosaur. Of course not, Percy puffed. Dinosaurs are extinct. They're not alive anymore. There's still some left, Mater huffed. I saw one at Tidmouth Bay, and I even know where it lives. Do not, puffed the two tangents together and started laughing. I'll show them, Mater thought to himself. He had another one of his naughty ideas. The next morning, Mater got up bright and early and started making a footprint marker, sort of like a stamper made out of driftwood. This will work. Now to Tidmouth Bay. Mater spent the morning using the stamper to make footprints in the sand along the route to Tidmouth Bay. It was to make dinosaur footprints. I bet Percy will think they're real ones, Mater chuckled to himself. By lunchtime, all the footprints were ready, and he went to the yard to find Percy. He had already hidden his footprint marker behind the station. Percy, he called excitedly. Want to come on a dinosaur hunt? I'm going to track down the mighty beast. Grr. Mater, we told you, dinosaurs are extinct. They're not alive anymore. Mater pretended to be insulted. Fine, suit yourself. Maybe you're too scared. This upset Percy. Why would I be scared of something that's extinct? And he puffed after Mater. No sooner had Percy left, then Thomas arrived. He had just seen Percy and Mater leaving the station yard. I wonder what Mater's up to with Percy. Up to mischief, no doubt, Thomas thought to himself. The two friends arrived at the first set of footprints alongside the riverbank. Percy gasped. Bust my buffers! Dinosaur footprints! Them are right. Them are 4 footprints. See, Percy? I told you I saw a dinosaur. There are any footprints here, right? Percy asked nervously. No way. There's more than that. Come on. Follow me. I'm going to catch the beast. I'm not scared. Wait for me, Mater. Percy shivered and puffed after him. They searched all afternoon, and by tea time, dark clouds loomed ahead. Soon they arrived at Tidmouth Bay beach. Percy looked around. He couldn't find Mater anyway. Well, at least it was still a good run, Percy puffed to himself. But where did Mater go? Then he heard a growling noise. Bubbling boilers! It's a real dinosaur! It's come to get me! Percy shivered. Then Mater revved up. Although really it was him making the noises behind the nearby cave. That was part of his trick. Oh, Mater! I thought you were a dinosaur! So it was you making all these noises? No, it was the dinosaur. It went down that track. I saw it. Go and see for yourself if you don't believe me. In fact, follow me. And he revved backwards. Then there was trouble. Percy had put so far looking for a dinosaur, he had used up and burnt all of his coal. Oh my, oh no, I've run out of coal! Percy groaned. Then there was trouble. Percy looked at the water. The tide was coming in, and it's the highest in years. If he doesn't get off soon, he'll end up washed away. Help! Mater, please come back! The tide's coming in and I'm out of coal! I can't move! Mater heard and revved back. Goodness me, you're not kidding! He said. I know, Percy groaned. Soon I'm gonna get washed away! Don't worry, I'll try and pull you off, Mater cried. Mater hooked up to Percy's coupling and heaved and hauled as hard as he could. But he barely moved a yard at all. Mater sighed. I just can't pull you, Percy. You're just too heavy. It's times like this that I wish I had train wheels. Then I could manage you easily. It's not your fault, Mater. But I'll never get off of here, moaned Percy. Yeah, well, I'll go and get help. And Mater revved away. Meanwhile, Sally came to see Thomas. She asked him if he had seen Mater. Yes, I think I saw him a couple of hours ago, Thomas puffed. I think he went to Tidmouth Bay with Percy. Well, they're not back, and the tide's in now, Sally said. What? Gasped Thomas. They'll end up washed away by the tide soon. Then Mater revved up. Oh, Mater, thank goodness you're safe. But where's Percy? Percy's run out of coal and he's stuck by the tide. He needs help, Mater cried. Well, it would have been easier if he came with you. Better safe than sorry. Come on, let's go, Thomas puffed. He was uncoupled from Annie and Clarabelle, and he set off with Mater and Sally to rescue Percy. When they arrived at the bay, they gasped. Now the water was up to Percy's wheels. Percy! Gasped Thomas. Don't worry, we'll soon get you out of there. I hope so. Percy shivered. The wave raved out of us, and Thomas quickly coupled up to Percy, and carefully he pulled Percy back to safety. And soon they arrived back at the station where the Fat Controller was waiting. He said thank you to Thomas and Sally, then spoke sternly to Mater. I've heard that you've been leading Percy on a wild goose chase, Mater, and for goodness sake, even you should know that changing tide can be dangerous. Sorry, sir, Mater said sadly. He felt terrible. But don't blame Percy, sir. He ran out of coal and tried to call for help. I see. Well, thank you for owning up, Mater, but I still know you were to blame anyway. I've known Percy for a long time, and how responsible and reliable he is. and I should thank you for raising me alarm.
And thank you for earning that, Mater, Percy puffed. But why didn't you let me take the blame? Because running out of coal was my fault.
Well, this all I deem as my fault, really, Mater said. I made the footprints, and it wasn't a dinosaur. I made it up. I'm sorry, Percy. I wanted to play a trick on you. I'll help with your mail train to make up.
Thank you, Mater.
Yes, Mater, said Sally. You did do a silly thing, but you've been honest about it and owned up, said Sally wisely. That's right. And speaking of dinosaur, was it a really old one you were looking for?
What are you talking about, sir?
Asked Percy. They were all puzzled. Well, because I found its walking stick at the back of the station.
That's my footprint stamper,
Mater cried.
Oh, Mater,
Sally chuckled, and everyone else had a good laugh. Especially Mater and Percy.